Okay, so today we're going to talk about the next step. Hopefully you worked on accepting what you can't change, which is everything that happened that caused PTSD in you. You can't change any of that. And you do need courage to change what you can. What you can change is what is going on with you right now. The way that you do that is you understand it and then you build from there. Again, PTSD hit you. It hit the emotional part of your brain. Every part of you was involved in that event. Your mind, your body, your spirit. Every part of you. So every part of you, you need to work on. And in order to do that, the wisdom to know what you can change. What you can change is learn how to breathe. Take a deep breath every time that you've got that little bit of rage building up in you. Before you respond to someone, ask yourself, how important is this that I fight? How important is it that I say this at this exact moment? Because once you say something, you can say, I'm sorry until you're blue in the face. You can't actually take back those words. That person's already heard it. The damage is already done to whatever relationship that you had with them. Even if it's a stranger. So, every time you feel that little bit of rage building up in you, most of the time, you get defensive. And that defense mechanism kicks in, and you want to strike back. Ask yourself, how important is this? And once I take the next step, once I say the next words, is that something that I'm going to be able to live with and deal with? Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect in this. It's practice. But the more that you take that breath, that will change how your relationship is with everybody else. The other thing to do is talk to them. If they matter to you, you talk to them. Try to explain in whatever terms that you can what is going on with you and why you've changed. Let them know that you need help, that you still care about them, they still matter to you, but things inside of you need help to heal. 9 times out of 10, they're going to stand right by your side, and they're going to help you. Okay? Pick your battles. Always pick your battles. Again, how important is this? That I stand and fight, or I go silent. My husband and I, we had this thing where he knew he was in more trouble if I didn't say anything. Because he knew that I was building up in here, but I didn't want to say anything that I was going to end up regretting. This came from a lot of practice. So we went from arguing, saying things that would end up having to apologize for, to me walking away and being quiet. And he'd usually follow me into, usually I'd just go into my office, and he'd follow me in and say, you're mad at me, right? And I'd be like, yeah, I didn't say anything, but I just nodded my head. You'll let me know when you get over it, right? And I'd nod my head. And he knew I just needed time to just calm down, chill out, start letting it go. And I did. As soon as I was done being mad at him, he knew it. The other thing he always knew is I loved him. No matter what. No matter how mad he got me, I loved him. That never changed. I'd say, I love you, but right now I don't like you. There's no law that says that if you love somebody, you have to like the way that they were acting at that moment, because you don't. So Honesty is always good, but you got to kind of sugarcoat it a little bit. Okay, that's another good thing to keep in mind, especially no matter who you're dealing with, is how important is it to start a fight, to start an argument, to get into a position where you're getting more and more defensive, your mind's kicking in, and your words are just flying out of your mouth. You don't want to do that because that's just going to make you even more grievous. And you don't want that. So let's work on that. Now that you understand a little bit more about why that emotional part of your brain is reacting the way it does, it's because that's where PTSD lives. And that's where you've got to start fighting. That's a fight you want to take on. And that's a fight that you can win. Talk more about this tomorrow. See you next time.